And we're back out at Graue Incorporated this morning for the Cheap Seats on 96.3. Cameron Kurtz and Josh Komnick. And we are joined, as always, every Saturday morning and once again this Saturday morning by Lincoln High School head basketball coach, Mr. Neil Alexander. And Coach Al, an impressive win last night, 70-61. First of all, congratulations to you on the victory last night and tying Southeast for the conference standings, being number one, tied with them in Central State 8 Conference. And as highly anticipated as this game was last night, it was everything that was promised and everything that was expected last night.
Well, I think both teams played very well, and our defense, I thought, controlled their offense pretty well. That we got out on their shooters, and it's kind of a chess game throughout the evening. You know, they started out looking for the perimeter shot. We kind of shut that down. And then about the middle of the second quarter, they started going inside and were very successful. So at halftime, we had to adjust to that. And once we kind of shut that down, they went back to the perimeter. So it was just kind of back and forth on what they were trying to do.
Well, Coach, you talked about it last night in the postgame. They're a tough team to try and figure out. You know, they have so many weapons, so many ways they can hurt you, like you said, from the outside, from the inside, and not only one guy inside that they really kind of do a 1-3-1 where they have a guy in the middle that kind of runs the short porches, and anytime that they get it at the free throw line, if that guy doesn't shoot it or dribble it, he had a nice couple easy passes down for layups for Southeast. Plus, you got shooters on the outside. You know, I didn't know that Tyves Gardner was a three-point shooter, but he hits 2 or 3 of them last night. So a tough team to go after, especially from the defensive side.
Well, I think they have about 4 or 5 guys that can shoot the three, and you know, Fleming is one that we really kept in check on both our games. And the games that I saw him play, he was probably their most consistent three-point shooter. But I thought our defense done a nice job getting out. And, I think if you look at anything that was negative down the stretch is we couldn't get a rebound. And, they're very quick off the floor. And it's a very solid game that they play because they can beat you in so many different ways.
Yeah, and I thought we did a good job, really their transition. A couple times, 3 or 4 times, they might have beaten us down the floor and gotten some layups or got fouled, but really their transition didn't hurt us. And I thought the Railers did a good job of, we've here lately in the last maybe 8 games, we've, for whatever reason, decided to transition a little more and do a little more off the rebound, especially if Nathaniel Smith gets a rebound, kicks it out to Jordan Nelson or any of the guards and they run with it, or Smitty just takes it from coast to coast. And that's one thing the Railers did pretty well last night, not only to score, but also we drew some fouls from them. And also, if it wasn't there, we had the smarts or knew what was going on to pull it back out.
Well, the offense, the green offense is what we call it, is just 5 out to where we try to get some dribble penetration. And at some point in time through the season, we got pretty stale where we didn't want to try to get to the paint. And that's the objective of it, is to get to the paint. You have to score in the paint somehow, whether it be by layup, by a big post player, or tip-ins, or some way. You have to score in the paint. And we finally have got to where we've been able to get to the basket. We have just basically put some sets in to where we can just clear it out and try to get them on a sweep and go, try to get to the basket. And I think Nathaniel's probably doing that as well as anybody right now.
Yeah, you talk about, you kind of come to expect these games out of Jordan Nelson and Nathaniel Smith, but you look at their stat lines, and what a stat line for both of them. 9 of 11 from the field for Jordan, 4 of 6 from 3, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 29 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound. Nathaniel Smith goes 6 of 11 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 17 points, and 3 total rebounds. You got a huge game from Christian Van Hook. He was 4 of 5 from the field with a monster dunk there in the third quarter, I believe. 3 of 4 from the line, 11 points, 3 total rebounds. A couple of huge threes from Brant Coyne, who was 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the three-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 8 points and 4 big boards. You come off the bench with Max Cook, who hits a big 3 in the first half. All in all, the Railers shoot 22 of 37, 60%. You can't get much better than that. 7 of 13 from the three-point line for 54%, and 19 of 23 from the free throw line. Coach, Free throws, you've talked about it. The Railers have struggled this year about it. Last night when the game was on the line, we had the guys step up, and there's a lot of pressure, packed gym, Southeast getting momentum. Our guys stepped up, and most of them didn't even hit rim.
Well, I think you win a lot of basketball, win and lose a lot of basketball games from the free throw line, and the 3 that we've lost have been from the line.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. So we have not been as successful as we have in the past, but hopefully we're getting the ship steered in the right direction, and hopefully we can continue to shoot like that. I think we should shoot around 80% with the shooters that we have, and the people that handle the ball as much as they do. They're the ones that we want at the line and so forth. So when team shoots a good percentage, it's usually you've got the people at the line that you want to, and you got to put your team in a situation that's going to happen.
Coach, as well as Lincoln shot the ball last night, Southeast was on a roll there in the second half. Lincoln only up by 10 there at the end of the third quarter. Southeast kind of came a little bit on a, if you want to call it, somewhat of a comeback there. They were hitting their shots. When you have players for Southeast like Gardner, Herman Senor, Jacoby Anderson, Fleming, when you have those kind of guys, what are some of the things that you want to do defensively in those crucial situations? We're talking the final 2 or 3 minutes of the ball game. You called a very crucial timeout. What are some of the things that are going on defensively that you want to correct to make sure you take the shot away from Southeast?
Well, first of all, you want to make them run clock. You just don't want them to come down and score, just right down and score immediately. You want them to take some time off the clock. So you need to be able to get out, cover the 3. At that point that they're needing points. So as good as shooters as they are, they're going to rely on the 3-pointer. And, they hit some. But we also made them make 4 or 5 passes before they hit that shot. So that's important. And what you can't let them do is beat you on the dribble drive, because when that happens, you got people rotating, and it also creates bad rebounding position when you do that. So, there's a lot of things. You have to be really solid. And as the game's going down, you try to get your guys to pick up the intensity. Usually both teams, the intensity level increases there, midway through the fourth quarter when it gets towards the end of the basketball game. So you have to try and match their intensity and, rebound it and, contest their shots, and don't let them get easy looks.
Yeah, last night I thought a big key in the game, I believe right before the end of the third quarter, we had the ball getting ready to run a play, and Jordan passes to Van Hook. It gets tipped away. Southeast gets it. They come down. Herman Senor hits a 3 to go into the fourth quarter, and I'm like, oh, man, here we go. There's where they needed a spark, and that's where it was. But it looked like the Railers, just handled the pressure. I didn't think the pressure hurt us all night, and the caller called in a little bit earlier, and it was commenting on the job that a lot of other Railers did bringing the ball up. Austin Kirby, Jordan Gessner, Max Cook brought it up a couple times to give Jordan Nelson and Nathaniel a spell. As you know, Coach, I was telling, when you play Southeast, when that game's over, you played a basketball game, because when you get pressure for 32 minutes and you're expected to do the things that Nathaniel Smith and Jordan Nelson, Brant Coyne are supposed to do, it takes a toll on you, and that's why you run them so hard. But 10 turnovers. But right after that play, fourth quarter, we come out and really handled our business. And for me, as watching the game, I was really never worried about the Railer lead. I don't know, it got to 5, it got to 6, something like that. And at Southeast, I was a little worried. But last night at Roy S., I was pretty confident in the guys.
Well, I think it got down to 1 possession at one point. I think it's 53-50, and I think we came down and hit a layup or something, went up 55, and then I think we hit a couple threes. And a couple plays that I thought were very key in the game was there in the middle of the third quarter when Brant Coyne hit the 2 threes. I thought those were 2 big threes that gave us a little bit of breathing room, and it also put a mindset in their mind that here's a guy stepping out, the post player stepping out and hitting 3-pointers. So I think that they have a lot to prepare for when they watch us play on how they're going to defend us.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Brant Coyne had 8 points, balanced scoring for the Railers. Again, free throws could have been the key the Railers get out rebounded 27-18, but a lot of those were offensive, especially in that last quarter as they were just scrambling to do anything, and Jacoby Anderson did a good job. Coach, real quick, we've seen glimpses of Christian Van Hook do the things that he did last night. You threw lobs to him. Southeast couldn't defend it. Nathaniel Smith drives down the lane, gives a nice feed to Christian Van Hook, and he slams it home very easily. He's throwing shots into the bleachers. There's times where we see glimpses if this guy could do this consistently, this team could be really, really good.
Oh, I agree. I think this team has all the parts. But you know, you have to have consistency, and that's one of the things that's pretty much drove the coaching staff crazy is the consistency in the practice sessions that we have. And you know, we prepare through the week, and those guys that prepare and we know we can execute an offense, and you know, the ones that gets our timing down, you know how important the sets are that we run and timing is, and you know, shooting game shots. You know, if anybody ever come in the gym and watch Jordan Nelson practice his offense and his shooting, they would know why he's a good shooter. He comes in there every day and he works at game speed on his jump shots. And then we got guys that come in and don't, you know, they get two inches off the ground, and instead of shooting game time, you're not practicing what you're going to shoot in a basketball game. And I look at them, and I don't know how you can be upset with yourself when you don't make baskets in a game when you're shooting them different than you do in practice.
Sure.
And you know how important that, you know, we've always stressed that you know, you got to shoot or you got to practice and play the way you're going to play on Friday and Saturday night. And that's a key, I think, that we've had over the course of time, that we practice and prepare, and that makes us get better. And you know, the consistency is a very important part on how we're going to play.
Well, Coach, real quick, you talk about consistency. You're going to need it next weekend when Lanphier comes to town. Dreaded schedule here late for you, but something you talked about last night in the post game that you like. It's Lanphier coming here. Well, you may not like it, but you're saying you like it now. But Lanphier coming to Roy S, and then we travel to Springfield, who knocked us off here. So a lot to get prepared for this week.
Well, no doubt. You know, we haven't played Lanphier yet. They're a very athletic team, very quick. We're going to see the very same. We're even going to see more pressure than basically what Southeast provided last night, and a different type of pressure. Southeast was basically a man-to-man. This will be a zone, a 2-2-1, and they are just really relentless on their pressure. And I think we can score a lot of points. We can take advantage of their pressure because they gamble, and they're not as they can't compare to the shooters that Southeast has, but athletically and the rebounding that they're going to do is relentless. And you know, we've got to switch a little bit. We'll make some adjustments defensively to try to cover the inside. They've got one or two kids that you just can't let set and shoot.
Right.
But for the most part, you don't have to worry about 5 or 6 of them setting out there. So you know, we've got to be able to rebound it really well next week. That'll be the whole key and emphasis that we have this week. Is about rebounding. And then we go to Springfield on Saturday night, and I don't think we played a good basketball game when we played them here, but I do know that they make you play that way.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting game on Saturday night, and it's really a game that we pretty much have to have, both of these, because both of these teams will be in comparing us for the regional seeding.
Absolutely.
Well, it'll be a week from Wednesday. Will be the seedings, and I can't believe we're talking about the regional already.
Gone quick, 19-3 already, so 22 games in.
A packed house last night out at Roy S. Anderson saw the Railers defeat Southeast 70-61, biggest crowd that we've had at Roy S. this year. Coach, we thank you for coming on this Saturday morning, as we do every Saturday morning. We are joined by Lincoln head basketball coach, Mr. Neil Alexander. We will send it back to the station for a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will discuss things that are happening on the local side of sports, as well as sit down with the folks from Graue Incorporated. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We've been out here at Graue Incorporated this morning. A lot of nice vehicles that are out here, and a lot of great deals going on out at Graue's this morning, and not just this morning, but all the time. And our host sponsor for this morning, the general manager of Graue, Mr. Chris Graue. And Chris, thanks for having us out here.
Morning, guys.
First of all, talk about, I know General Motors has got a promotion that just coming out here in the last couple months about owner loyalty. Care to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, there's a special promotion going on that lasts until the end of February. If you own a 99 or newer own or lease a 99 or newer GM vehicle, you more than likely qualify for an additional $1,000 owner loyalty that's stackable with most all the other rebates. And some of the programs don't allow you to do that, but with this particular owner loyalty, all the retail rebates that are in force, if the vehicle's got 0% to 72 months, you don't get that, or you can stack that right along if you own a 99 or newer, so they don't put it in one spot and then take it away somewhere else. Right. It's a true $1,000 owner loyalty bonus cash if you own a 99 or newer GM vehicle now until the end of February.
Along with that owner loyalty, and with 2011 being here in the first month or so, General Motors has unleashed a great new lineup of 2011 vehicles, and I know one of those is the 2011 Chevrolet Cruze. That has been something that a lot of the competitors have been talking about, a lot of General Motors competitors. Care to talk about the Cruze a little bit? Yeah,
the Cruze is a new model that just recently came out. It replaced the former model. It was called the Cobalt, which was a really, really good seller for us. Some of the numbers on the Cruze: 36 miles to the gallon highway. There's an eco model that will actually get over 40 miles to the gallon. 6-speed automatic transmission standard. Has standard OnStar. 10 standard airbags all the way around, where most of the competitors have only got 6. StabiliTrak, standard onboard navigation, XM radio, plus a 5-year 100,000-mile warranty on the powertrain, which the Corolla, the Civic, and the other models, most of them have got a 60,000-mile 5-year warranty. So the warranty is on the mileage part of it is an additional 40,000 miles. So that's some really good confidence in a very, very good product. We've got a nice selection of them. We just delivered a Cruze to a local couple yesterday. Seemed very, very happy with it. It's a great looking vehicle. It's GM's tagline with the thing is expect more with this particular vehicle.
And not only the Cruze, but we were just talking before we came back on about a model that you can't even keep on the lot, the Equinox, the Chevy Equinox. Is that a time where has it just been the winter months for the Equinox, or has it been the whole time that Chevy GM has put out that Equinox that you can't keep them here?
No, the Equinox has been out. It's approaching a year now. We've had the Equinox model for, I don't know, 8-10 years, but this new model they just brought out early last year, I've never seen a model sell as well as this one has. That we'll get production allocation for them, and we'll have 8 of them come in, and within 10 days, a week or 10 days, all of them are gone.
Yeah.
And we just can't keep them, and we're trying to hone in on stocking the most popular models, but we're trying to keep a nice array of 4-cylinders, V6s, 1 LTs, 2 LTs, so that there's something a little something for everybody.
And if someone is looking to get a great pickup truck to kind of get around in the snow and ice a little bit, needs something a little bit bigger, how many pickup trucks do you have out on the lot here?
Oh, in the used side of it, we've probably got 15 to 20. On the new side, I would imagine we've probably got between 40 and 50 down there.
And all different price ranges, all different sizes?
We've got the Colorado, we've got the regular cab long bed, 2-wheel drive, all the way up to a 1-ton dually crew cab Duramax Allison transmission that'll tow 15 to 16,000 pounds.
That works. That works.
Josh, you need that.
Yeah,
you need that.
I don't have anything to pull 15 or 16,000 pounds, but it'd be nice.
Well, you can find something. You can find a boat or a jet ski or something to tow for the summer.
How do they get a hold of? See all the cars out here. I know you're online, and of course your phone numbers and anything else you'd like to comment on about your place out here at Graue.
Well, you can visit us on the internet at www.groueinc.com. You can call us at 217-735-4444. Our toll-free number is 800-475-8258, and my kids like this tagline: you can visit us the old-fashioned way on North Kickapoo Street and just stop by and see us sometime.
That's right.
The old-fashioned way, that is great. And Chris, a lot of people consider Graue's to be the Chevrolet dealership of Logan County. You're more than just a Chevrolet dealership. You're also Buick and Cadillac, and have got that full service department there that will take care of you even after the sale.
Yeah, it's something you gotta remember when you do purchase a new vehicle. And we certainly hope that everybody considers shopping locally and consider that service after the sale. And we don't want to just sell you one vehicle; we want to sell them all to you. And we've got a full staff of people in our service department. We've got we got 15, 16, 17 people back in the back that are our customer keepers. The sales department gets the first vehicle, but then the customer keepers are actually the people in the service department, the parts department, and the detail department that fix the problems, make sure the car is running right. Our job isn't done when you drive off in that new or used car at delivery. We want to make sure that we're there for service and there for maintenance and answer any questions that may come along the way. We're not perfect, but we try. If there's a problem, we certainly want to know about it. We'll do our absolute best to try to take care of it for you.
And you had somebody, a close family member here just a little bit ago here on the Cheap Seats, and something you wanted to kind of bring up along with what Chad's doing with the P90X.
Yeah, my cousin Chad is he's on fire with this Fit 50 thing that he's got going. He bought a new Equinox from us last summer, and he's got it all dressed up with graphics, touting his Fit 50 program and his Beachbody Coach thing. And he's out at the Lincoln Rec Center touting that program right now. And I just wanted to mention the Lincoln Rec Center and what a great facility that is and what great people they've working there. I've been going to the rec for about 3 years now and have made fitness and exercise just kind of a part of my life, and was out there this morning for about an hour between 6 and 7 and got my workout in. And if you've never been to the rec center or are considering making a New Year's resolution, that's the place to do it.
Sure.
They've got just a fantastic array of machines, and if you want to hire a trainer, they have a personal trainer on staff there that really knows what she's doing. But the first step is to get in the door and go out and try it, and go at your own pace. But it's kind of a secret. I don't want to say a secret here in the community, but there's a lot of people that don't know about that facility and what a great facility it is.
And Chris, one more thing before we let you go. If someone wants to make it their New Year resolution to get into a new vehicle, if you want to trade in that old gas guzzler, look for something that's a little bit more economically friendly, how late are you guys open till today?
We're here till 3 o'clock or until the customers are taken care of. We're open till 3, but if you show up at 10 minutes of 3, we're not going to shoo you out the door at 3 o'clock. We'll stay until everybody's taken care of.
Excellent. Chris Graue and Graue Incorporated has been our host sponsor today, and we thank Chris and his staff that he has out here, both in the sales side and the service side. Head on out here to Graue Incorporated, Kickapoo Street, out on the north end of town, to come take a look at a new vehicle. If you want to stop on out, get a test drive, maybe ask a couple of questions, or if you're not quite ready to buy yet and you want to get a little bit of information, do a little bit of research, the fine folks out here at Graue will be more than happy to help you. Joshua, that's going to do it for us on the Cheap Seats for this Saturday morning. We thank everyone for listening, and we thank our sponsors, as always, for chiming in and helping us out here with the Cheap Seats. On Saturday, February 12th, we will be out at the Christian Village Congregate Building, and on Saturday, the 19th of February, coming up here in a couple of weeks, we'll be back out at Jake's Furnishings on Woodlawn Road, and then to finish out the month of February, we'll be back out at the Christian Village again. So a couple of good shows coming up here on the Cheap Seats. Make sure you continue to listen to us each and every Saturday morning. That's going to do it for all of us here at WLCN. For my partner Josh Komnick and for Chris Graue and the fine folks out here at Graue Incorporated, this is Cameron Kurtz thanking you for listening. Railers pick up a win last night. Go Railers, and until next week, we will see you down the road.